Stories matter. Many stories matter. Stories have been used to dispossess and to malign, but stories can also be used to empower and to humanize. Stories can break the dignity of a people, but stories can also repair that broken dignity. I've always felt that it is impossible to engage properly with a place or a person without engaging with all of the stories of that place and that person. The consequence of the single story is this: it robs people of dignity. It makes our recognition of our equal humanity difficult. It emphasizes how we are different rather than how we are similar. That when we reject the single story, when we realize that there is never a single story about any place, we regain a kind of paradise.
Pieces that we, for me anyway, is that we don't demonize the woman who is in high heels and we don't demonize the woman who's out of high heels. I think there is a culture that, particularly that I work in mainstream media, that wants to say that all women should be in heels and all that. I think that's ridiculous. I think it's really, how do we begin to celebrate all the ways in which we want to comport ourselves and not say that one person is more feminist than the other, and so that we can again find ways to come together across difference.
Me personally, the most crazy is that the women's movement is so often described as a white middle-class movement, right? When in fact, in my experience, I know we all have different experiences, okay? But in my experience, it was way disproportionately invented by black women, way disproportionately.
Say more about feminism.
Say more about feminism. This is like saying, describe the universe and give 2 examples. Women's issues are still in a silo. And in fact, there's very little that can be solved without all of us, right? And I understand that the silo is maybe important because when we first become visible, we need to name things because they had no name and all of that. But we don't hear the connections.
As we feminists get older, that for us, feminism has been a force that connects us, that gives us life, and that helps us heal. So I think that part of what our goal is to completely change how people see feminism.
It became clear that there are many, many different kinds of intersectional exclusions. Not just black women, but other women of color. Not just people of color, but people with disabilities, immigrants, LGBTQ people, indigenous people. There are all sorts of ways that the way we imagine discrimination or disempowerment often is more complicated for people who are subject to multiple forms of exclusion. The good news is that intersectionality provides us a way to see it, a way to put on glasses to see how perhaps when we advocate for violence against women to be eliminated on campuses, we say, well, actually, it's not just on campus.